What are your favorite days to hunt during the rut? I'm gonna go with about November the 8th through November 10th. I'm Taylor Drury, and this is another Throwback Thursday edition of DoD TV.
This segment is brought to you by Mossy Oak Camouflage. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
My dad, Mark Drury, has been chasing deer for decades now, but nothing gets him more amped than a good old-fashioned rut hunt. Some years ago, Dad was in search of filling his tag on a giant whitetail buck. Let's tag along with him and see if he can have some luck.
November has arrived. It's November 1st, and I couldn't be more excited. It's 30 degrees, it's frosty. I love these types of mornings. The movement in the mornings has not been all that good, but you give them a good frosty morning after a system has run through, and they should get up and walk a little bit this morning. My hopes are high.
Things seem to be rocking and rolling. Obviously, the signs are popping up everywhere. And I was with Stephen Parker, and I told him the first shooter I see today, I'm gonna blow the new growler and see what happens. You know, I've been waiting to see that right there. Not that particular buck. It's just a 2-year-old deer. But the fact that he's out walking and looking indicates that it's starting. You know, whenever the movement flips from afternoon movement, which is what we've been seeing, to morning movement, buck's cruising, which is what he's doing. You gotta get excited about what's ahead over the next 7 to 10 days. Today is November the 1st, and that's exactly what we're looking for, albeit he's a little bit young. We're looking for that, though, because it won't be long. Some older deer can be doing that same thing. That's why we're out here, baby. There's a doe that's acting a little squirrely. She's got a 1.5 years behind her. She's acting a little bit, almost a little in heat. Bigger deer. That's a shooter. That's a shooter. There. There. Bingo.
November 1st, baby, bingo. You gotta love sweet November. Baby. Oh, man alive. That trips me out so bad. I know that deer so well. He's a big 4.5-year-old deer. Last year, I had that deer right under me 2 different times. I got pictures of him from last year, wildlife of him this year. What a story. And now I got him. What a buck, baby. Right here, just point blank, he put on a show. He came in, hit him, I growled at him, and I grunted at him, right to the tree, and I smoked him with a strychnine. I am shaking like a leaf, son. I see a deer, and he has got a big body. Oh, there's nothing like the first time you put your hands on one. Nothing like it at all. Look at that, look at that. Massive, massive, big old buck. You know, I can't really believe that I'm sitting behind this beautiful Iowa whitetail. Beautiful buck. I know the deer from last year. I had an encounter with him one morning, right under the stand, and about 100 yards from here. And then one evening, again out of that same set, had him at about 15 yards. He was dogging a doe, and I actually shot the doe. But great story with this deer. He's 4.5 years old. He has got some beautiful mass to him. His rack is configured just like it was last year, but it grew. And the story behind this deer, I think, really is the fact that we've let this rut develop. We started October 21st, which was my anniversary, because an early season cold front moved in and the temperatures were very cold for October. So we started the process, and we've watched it develop to no movement in the mornings at all, and a lot of movement in and around the food source in late October. Scraping has been very prevalent. We've actually got some wildlife eye of this guy in and around scrapes about, I don't know, 200 yards just here to the south. You know, this guy lived virtually within a couple hundred acres, at least by my knowledge. Every sighting I've had of him, every piece of wildlife eye has been right in and around this area. Sometimes I think the older they get, the smaller their home cores get. And luckily we were in his home this morning. I saw him behind that spike and doe. I grunted at him just a couple times. I growled at him a little bit with the new call. And I mean, he was on a beeline straight to the stand, and was able to make a nice 10-yard shot. Those are the kind you like. And he didn't go 50 yards. Beautiful buck, man. Just textbook hunt this morning. November 1st, I love turning that page from October to November. I call it Sweet November because it is so sweet, and it was sweet this morning.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the brain of a whitetail buck that gets him up and on the move? Well, we've cracked that code and are delivering it to you in the DeerCast app, a revolution in deer movement forecasting. Available now for iOS and Android. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of VOD TV was brought to you by Mossy Oak.